Hi, I'm Dr. Parker. I want to just review this video with you. This is part of our second day report of findings, recommendations, outline, so you kind of know what to expect when you come back. I really suggest that you come back with your support system or your spouse. We're going to go over a complicated case, and we're going to go through a whole bunch of stuff about your case. And I always say, two minds listening to the problem are better than one. Okay, so what are we going to do? The first thing is we work with people that are chronically sick. Very rarely do I get somebody in the office that just needs a little tune-up, unless they're an ongoing patient in our office. So we combine Western medicine and some Eastern functional testing and supplementation to make you get better. The first thing we're going to review when you come back in is your metabolic assessment form. This form is broken down into your 5 major health concerns, 18 different body systems of problems, dietary issues, foods and supplements you're taking. So when we work with people that have adrenal fatigue, thyroid issues, thyroid autoimmunity such as Hashimoto's or Graves', we work with people with Lyme disease, we work with people that Mayo, Moffitt, really weird conditions, IBS, gut system problems. So to do that, you have to effectively break things down, figure out what the problems are, and start fixing them. So the first thing is we're going to go through our metabolic problem. The second thing is we're going to go through, if we ordered blood work on you or you brought us some blood work, we're going to put it in our functional nutrition software. And that looks at things at a tighter parameter, healthier parameters than just what you get with your standard lab report. So oftentimes people have hidden patterns of anemias, hidden infections. You know, a lot of people don't know that they have autoimmunities. So we're doing scans when we run that blood work for autoimmunity. We're going to do a urinalysis when we do that blood work, and we're going to look to see, do you have hidden infections? Do you have glucose in your urine? Do you have problems in your urine? So we kind of look at a holistic, whole body approach using labs at the very beginning. So the next thing is we go through different recommendations. So the recommendations may include further testing. So some of the tests we do, we may recommend, and you'll see at the bottom of this page, different labs that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to briefly talk about them here. I'll make some videos more in depth. The first thing is with people that have energy, fatigue problems, sleep issues, hormonal imbalances, we like to run an adrenal saliva test plus hormones. It measures free fraction hormones. It looks at your cortisol adrenal rhythm throughout the day. It looks to see, are you making cortisol at night? Does it affect your sleep? It looks at your cortisol level and timing, so sleep-wake cycle. We look at DHEA. This person's DHEA was totally wiped out from chronic stress. This person had no cortisol output, they were really wiped out, and they had high DHEA. So when we look at the adrenal stress index, we look at patterns of and levels of adrenal fatigue, so we can grade things. Based on that, things that cause adrenal issues, chronic stress, chronic infections, sugar dysregulation, anxiety, low blood sugar. There's a whole bunch of different things that can cause your adrenals to fatigue. We want to quantify it. So we may recommend that we do an adrenal stress index. We run different labs based on our findings with you. When you came in for your initial exam, we did some functional kinesiology. We were looking for hidden infections, toxins, things that are driving your immune system. Most people are working on replacement or deficiencies when they come to see us. We want to figure out where the problems are at the root cause. So we might look at an adrenal stress index, but we also might look at intestinal barrier system. This is an immune panel. It looks for leaky gut. Are you getting things past your gut barrier system into your bloodstream, and they're driving immune responses? It looks for viruses, bacterial, problems with the structure of the gut. When will you use it? People that have autoimmunity, for sure. Chronic fatigue syndrome, not improving on dietary changes, just a lot of different reasons we would run an immune panel. So we're going to make suggestions when you come back in for your report. Here's another biggie. This is gluten-associated cross-reactivity foods and food sensitivity test. So it's not just a gluten test, it's a test of looking at your immune system and seeing if you're reacting to foods as if you had gluten sensitivity. Same thing. When people have gut dysbiosis, immune problems, chronic fatigue, are you having food sensitivity problems? This is a really good, this is Cyrex Labs also, a comprehensive wheat gluten proteome reactivity and autoimmunity test. So we try and strategically break down what we want to do based on your problems and what we found in our exam and what you're telling us in your surveys, as well as your comprehensive blood work. Some people, we run a autoimmune reactivity test. This is another Cyrex lab, and it measures autoimmunity predictively about 10 years before it shows up. So if you're having chronic illnesses, not getting any traction with your health, and we think that, or you have immune markers in your blood work, we may recommend that. The next one, I do some functional kinesiology testing. The next one I might run is a genetic methylation detoxification pathway test, which is some more kinesiology testing. So therapies we might use, I might make recommendation for therapies. We use a couple different therapies in the office, and we have great results with them. The first one is we have a TrueRife machine. It's a frequency generator that runs different frequencies, such as support for detoxification, helping with funguses, candida, bacterial, viruses. It's to help you get better faster. The other one is I have the highest powered pulse magnetic frequency bed on the market. Many people are familiar with it now. It's a high powered electromagnetic blanket. It's about 2 inches thick, and it runs different amplitude of frequencies so that your red blood cell, your white blood cells, energy, and pain reduced. So when people come see me, we try to strategically figure out what's wrong with you. In our recommendations, we may recommend some of the things we talked about. I'm going to go over with you and your support system, what do we want to do? How long do we want to work together? What is the fee? How much does it cost? How to make it more affordable? What's it include? We outline with you a strategic plan to get you better. So before you come back, please review some of the labs we talked about and understand what we're going to do. So I look forward to helping you. So does my wife. And we're going to go through all of these things on day 2 of your report of findings. Thank you very much.